Alright folks, Pigeon88, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's go on to chapter number 3 now. Lots of issue with my internet connection, so the stream is not live unfortunately. But Carter had an issue. I need somewhere to hide. Dad won't let me keep Hamilton. Hamilton, kind of like Templeton, I love it. Slow down, Carter, where'd you get that piglet? You didn't go to our crime scene, did you? I was just curious, that's all. And then I saw Hamilton, now he's going to be my friend forever. There you are, Carter, and still with that pig. What do you and your mom always tell you? You can't go around disturbing crime scenes. I'm sorry, Secret Agent Ace. I didn't mean to make trouble, but can I keep Hamilton? No, Carter, you can't. You basically stole him from that farm, and besides, you couldn't raise him in a city apartment if you tried. But tell you what, you and I will put that piglet back where it belongs, so we won't have to tell your mom what happened. Okay, I'll say goodbye to Hamilton. Well, that's another pig-related drama over, Ace. Luckily, this one didn't involve bloodshed. On that note, we better get back to this murder. We know the killer was at the post office, so let's do another sweep for clues. So, again, sorry for the stream not being live, guys. Believe me, I'm probably more frustrated than you guys because you guys help me keep this entertaining and stuff. That's it. Wanted poster. And a scale. Wow. Got 3 clues from this place. Oh, so Flora wants me to talk about Thanksgiving. Yeah, so it was a really fun Thanksgiving. Went back to California, split the time with her family and my family. 2 weird days, you found a wanted poster for the victim. It's usually criminals, not policemen with their faces on these. We'll have to test the rest of the security test to work out what's going on. That postage scale has been seized by the order of the sheriff. Apparently this machine was under investigation, Ace. Let's unlock it to find out why. And that whiskey flask has the victim's initials on it. What's that doing here? A sample of those black fragments might prove I had an answer. The feeling we're closing in our killer, Ace. Let's get to work on these clues. Yes, I've always thought it was Wilbur just because of his name, and he's part of the post office, and the scale has some shady stuff going on. But it was really cool to split time with family. The boys handled it very, very well. You know, it's a 6-hour car trip, so they weren't like amazing, but they were pretty good. Can't complain too much. That's not going to be it, of course. That's going to probably be it. Nope, that's definitely not going to be it. That's going to be it. Those are skills unlock Ace, but I still can't see why it was seized by the sheriff. Victim obviously can't explain this, but I bet Kathy can. Let's send this skill to the lab. Yeah, something tells me that they were doing something illegal. Interesting. Look at this, Ace. This wanted poster says Sheriff Roy Lucas, world's worst neighbor. Neighbor, do you think this poster was put here by Charlotte Webb? But she seemed happy living next door to the victim. Miss Webb was obviously upset about something. Ace, let's go ask her what it was. I just hope she put that butcher knife away. Well, they did say that the knife was more of like a small knife, and she just seems like she loves the butcher knife. So, I would highly doubt that it's her. Those are his initials. Alright, so let's examine these black threads you clicked off the victim's flask out of the microscope. Who is the author of Charlotte's Web? Can't remember who the author was. I want to say it was a famous one, if I'm not mistaken. I want my stream to look it up for me. Oh, back so soon, Secret Agent Ace. I really should get some sleep after my night shift. Well, not before we explain what this wanted poster means. I should have known you'd find that. Well, I don't regret putting that up. I want everyone in Springfield to know what a jerk the sheriff was. Just because I'm not the skinniest person in the world and I work in a slaughterhouse, he thought it was funny to call me names. Miss Piggy is here. Look at Miss Piggy, he'd shout. He'd even tease me for eating bacon, saying I was cooking my relatives. That's why I sent him that figurine. He was the pig, not me. It was all a joke on him, but I've been bullied my whole life, and I didn't need it from him, so I took matters in my own hands. Like butchering him with your knife? Oh, the man wasn't worth the trouble, said Granny Janace. I didn't kill him, but I'm glad he's dead. Wow, I thought he was a nice guy. Good job. Those black threads are actually straps of hair, Ace. They're more specifically dreadlocks. You're right, Lorenzo Sims had dreadlocks. Living at the sheriff's house, you might have access to the victim's property. It seems unlikely the sheriff will let Mr. Sims roam around drinking in public. Let's find out what's going on. Uh-oh, is he falling off the wagon? Love to your AJ's. I know it's a little early to be drinking, but it's been a rough day. You seem to have developed a liking for the sheriff's whiskey, Mr. Sims. We found the flask you left at the post office. Oh great, not you too. You sound just like the sheriff lecturing me about my drinking. Yeah, you and the sheriff argued, did you? Seeing with Roy was great at first. I felt like a king eating bacon every day. I even tried using facial masks. For once, the dirt on my face was supposed to be there. But then the sheriff got on his high horse about me raiding his liquor cabinet and taking his flask. Just because I broke a lamp and spilled some whiskey on the carpet, Roy was kicking me out. He said he wanted me gone by morning. This is like that Animal Farm thing I had to read in school. Roy thought I was less equal pig than the others, that it's okay just to throw me out. And did you lash out at him in response? Nah, man, I'm used to this sort of thing. Guess I wasn't just meant to stay in this place for too long. Well, you're not going anywhere until this investigation is over, Mr. Sims. I'm not surprised the sheriff was investigating this postage scale, Ace. It's been calibrated to swindle customers. How do you know that, Kathy? The scale's been programmed to charge customers more than required to send their mail, with the post office pocketing the difference. And only the office's manager is authorized to calibrate the scale, so Wilbur Abernathy is running a mail scam. Yes, and clearly has been for years. He's pocketing a few cents here and there, but over a long period of time that adds up to a neat sum. And the sheriff clearly knew about it, but he didn't have time to take action before he was killed. How convenient for Abernathy. Hardly the actions of a local hero, Ace. Let's go grill Abernathy. Oh, man, shady. Right with you, Secret Jace. I'm just unpacking this mud facial mask I ordered. The last package you'll be processing, Mr. Abernathy. Your days of swindling customers are over. Swindling? I don't know what you're talking about. We've examined your scale. We know the sheriff was onto your scam. Sheriff squeaky clean Lucas in his investigation. I've run an honest operation for decades, Secret Chase. I was a dedicated public servant. But after years of hard work, slaving away for a pittance, where's it gotten me? So you thought it was a good idea to swindle your customers? Like it says in the Animal Farm, man serves the interests of no creature except himself. And I wasn't hurting anyone, Secret Chase. It was just a few lousy cents here and there. Yeah, but that's still theft, and it stops today. We're taking you into custody, and if you murder the sheriff to stop the investigation, we will find out. Despite his upstanding position in the community, Sheriff Lucas was ruffling feathers, personally and professionally. Charlotte loved him. Okay, yes, we know that people were pissed off at him. It's always the case. Oh, we're going to return to the crime scene. All right. we still haven't found the murder weapon. Oh, there's a hand. That's an odd thing as I'm searching for everything. Let's see the apple core. Oh, there it is down there. Matchbox. Perfect, perfect. Oh my goodness, is that a hand? Oh, Martine said one of the sheriff's hands was missing. At least this means Paige didn't get to it. Think we should take a sample of that blue substance? Alright, well, I'll stand far away while you do it. Compost sees like those I can handle. Let's roll up our sleeves, dig in, and search it. Oh yeah. Jones, you and I have dug through some trash over the years. Hey, this one. As soon as they change it, it gets so boring. A clever mirror run in analysis on the substance you found on the victim's hand. It could be the clue we're looking for. My internet's not good enough to stream. We'll just ask some questions in the stream. There's the weapon. Ooh, wow. It's a slaughter knife. It could be Charlotte. Careful with that knife you found it buried in the compost case. The blade is covered with blood. It's supposed to be the murder weapon, but we better be sure. Let's send it to Rita. Oh yeah, it's gonna have blood on it from the pigs probably as well. Oh, some people are gonna say life. Interesting. In case you had any doubt, this guy is definitely more weapon ace. Excellent. Did you find any other clues? No, the killer must have been careful. However, the knife itself is a valuable clue. This blade is extremely sharp, which means slicing through human flesh will be fairly easy. Cutting through sinews and bone is another story. To achieve that, the killer would need to be strong, possessing a certain amount of stature. In other words, there's no way anyone weighing less than 150 pounds could commit such a murder using this knife. Alright, so it's definitely not Mia. There's this disc killer out there, so I'll get straight to the point about the sample that you collected. The substance is composed of alcohol, or in layman's terms, rubbing alcohol. It's primarily used as a topical antiseptic. However, this particular compound, disinfect ear piercings. The residue was left behind the killer as they disposed of the victim's body, so they'll be wearing an earring. But their earring will give them away. I think I'm right with Wilbur. I think I'm right. Right? Yeah, I think I'm right. Okay, so not you. You're under 3 pounds. Not you. You don't have really anything. You could be for sure. Oh, could it be him? What? I was wrong. It's him. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Lorenzo Sims, you're under arrest for the murder of Sheriff Roy Lucas. Me kill the sheriff? That's crazy, Security James. You look like someone who picked a fight with cops. You certainly took advantage of your sapshire to chop him up and feed him to the pigs. No, I would never. Come on, Sims, we know you murdered him. We found the letter you sent threatening to do it, and the book which you quoted from. You're kidding, right? Do I look like a bookworm to you? You can lie all you want, but the facts won't. You even got the knife you slaughtered him with. Do you think you could murder the sheriff and then drift away without anyone figuring out? Fine, I killed the sheriff, but if it wasn't for him, I would have never been a drifter in the first place. What do you mean? I never had a home after the sheriff destroyed my family and put me in foster care. The thing is, when I was young, my mother and father got into a terrible fight and it turned violent, so the neighbor called the cops. It was Lucas who responded. He insisted I be permanently separated from my parents. He said they were bad for me. You know what was bad for me? Not having parents. So I went from foster home to foster home, never having a normal life. I was only close to one person, my foster brother, but Gus went to work for the sheriff, and that man even turned him against me. You don't know that for sure. Maybe taking you in was the sheriff's way of making up for the past. Well, it wasn't nearly enough. I didn't need Roy's pity or his judgment about my drinking. It was all his fault, and he needed to pay. So I lured him into that pigsty and took his life the way he'd taken mine. Dude, that is so bad. Like, guilty. It's so bad. I mean, it's a common thing, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. I liked Roy, so if he was going to die, it needed to be worthwhile. Life in prison. Wow. I just don't like that guy at all. At all. I can't believe what that monster did about my father during his trial, Security Janae's. Dad can be harsh sometimes, but he never ruined someone's life deliberately. We understand Mia, but Lorenzo Sims' perspective was clouded by decades of pain and isolation. A life of suffering you blamed on your father. I know. I feel really bad for you, because that wasn't even like a good reason for killing him. Poor thing. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the additional investigations in Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.